Hi there, savewith.crypto here. Okay, so it's actually right in the middle of X Day, the conference in Bucharest, Romania. So today's day two. They have been live streaming stuff, but I must admit, I was watching something earlier on, and I tried to find it again because I wanted to show you something that was quite funny, and I can't find it again. So I don't know if they're selectively showing certain bits of it, or I don't know, or if I'm just going mad, I don't know. But I think the bit that amused me was the guy from Amazon AWS. I'm not sure where he's from. I've heard such a mixture of Eastern European and French and all sorts of accents over this conference that I'm really not quite sure where anybody's from. But what I thought was really funny was the fact that, he's obviously been preparing for this presentation, and he's done his little PowerPoint. And really, if you're going to do a PowerPoint, you're going to project it, at 30-metre high letters in front of like hundreds of people. Proofread the bloody thing, because this I thought was really funny. Yeah, empower Bwiddlers to redefine the internet. I actually thought BUID was some kind of new thing, but I think he meant builders, and he did actually say, we have to work with the Bwiddlers, which I thought was quite a funny word. It's almost like one of those sort of words that your kids say when they're growing up, and then you kind of adopt it as one of those funny words. Anyway, I mustn't take the piss too much because my Romanian is non-existent. So there you go. Anyway, I'm quite pleased I'm actually not there, to be honest. Actually, I mean, I would love to meet all the sort of people, Steve and the Economistic and whoever else is there. Really, it'd be nice to meet Eduardo Anici. Although I'm quite disappointed the fact that ZoidPay was supposed to bring out something in line with X Day. He's not speaking, as far as I can see, and there's nothing new, and everything's late again. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, it's one more day left. But meanwhile, I don't know, I'm thinking of adjusting my strategy slightly, bearing in mind that what I didn't want to happen has happened, which is apparently the X Money cards are available now, or at least you can apply for them now. And the ZoidPay cards are not at all ready. So I was hoping ZoidPay would get there first, but unfortunately that's not the case. Now, one of the talks did mention the fact there's going to be an xExchange version 3, and the guy who presented it did actually say that you pretty much need a PhD to sort of work this thing. And then he said, okay, so to understand version 3, all we need to understand is the concept of a battery, size, charge. Then he said a few other things, and I was thinking this isn't really what people want. Anyway, we'll see what happens because it's not there yet anyway. So we're still on this one, which I think is version 2, which I must admit I've sort of got my head around now, but it's taken a bloody year to get here. Anyway, so let's have a look anyway. What my plan is here is whatever ends up being XMEX is going to stay as XMEX, okay? Everything else that's liquid, I'm going to turn it into wrapped Bitcoin because I don't bloody trust any of this. I think XDay is a bit lackluster. ZoidPay haven't quite done what I hoped they would have done. I mean, nothing's bad, but at the same time, the way these tokens have been going down in value, I'm tempted just to really swap everything into wrap Bitcoin and just leave it like that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm starting off with $9.81 of rewards. So I'm going to claim the boosted rewards here. Obviously, there's the meta bonding as well to have and all that stuff. So XMEX $65 worth, a little bit there as well. And sod all of everything else, so let's have that. Oh, by the way, there is a new XPortal as well, so if you're having any problems signing in or anything, I'd probably suggest you get the new XPortal. Now, what that did for me, it did prompt me to re-import my wallet, which is a bit scary because, I really hate it when that sort of thing happens. but it does seem to be all okay so far. Apparently as well, in the new version of the xExchange, you won't have to sign like 1,000 transactions every time you do this. Okay, so we've got $11.86 now. Hasn't gone up much, has it? Let's do the meta bonding. Meta bonding is always the most fun part. And the nice thing is meta bonding is just one transaction on XPortal. Okay, it's gone up a little bit, 35.61. And what else can we do? Meta staking. There's a bit of UTK I can have there. Let's have that. I mean, you would think with the X day going on that, I'd be just like really embracing these sort of things and having the UTK and sort of, just, thinking really pleased to have it. And it seems like there's nothing much fun going to happen in the MultiversX world for people living in the UK in the immediate future. So I think what I'm going to do is, as I say, at least I can accumulate a bit of like wrapped Bitcoin every week. And I'll hang on to that and see what happens with it. Okay, so let's have a look at the tokens that I have. Okay, so I'll have a little bit to come from the ZoidPay farms and staking. I don't think it's going to be amazing though. Okay, so staking, $10 there. And then there's the farm, super farm. There's only a little bit in here because I think I was doing some with it earlier on in the week. Now, the other thing I want to look at is if I've got any earned stuff on the XPortal app, because I'm staking quite a lot of eGold there. Okay, so I may as well have a little bit from castlestake.com, as well as Rosetta Stake as well. Okay, let's check out the liquid tokens now. Okay, we're up to $74 now. There's nothing else I can have. Don't think so. Okay, so I'm just going to swap everything that's worth over $1 into wrapped Bitcoin. I'm probably going to leave this wrapped eGold there because there was an announcement yesterday saying that all future transactions within the xExchange are going to be gasless. So it means you don't need EGLD to do everything that we do normally. Now this sounds like really good news, like amazing news actually, because it means we don't have to worry too much about how often you harvest, for example. I mean, unless there's a fee for that, but we'll have to see what happens. Anyway, I don't totally trust that. I don't trust it to be live now, so I'm going to leave that $1.44 of wrapped eGold there. So I'm literally just going to go with all these. I'm just going to like wrapped Bitcoin, okay, and then just work my way through the others. Like say, for example, like ZoidPay, $24 worth of ZoidPay. I think that's doing it. UTK as well. Obviously, there's bits cut out of the video just to sort of stop you getting bored to death. Still means that I've now got $62 worth of wrapped BTC. I might just do this for a few weeks, just to see what happens. Because like $62 worth of Bitcoin a week isn't too bad, is it? I mean, you can't live on it, but step in the right direction. Now, I did notice that the smaller ones, like the Cyber, which is worth $2.36, it wouldn't let me swap that into wrapped Bitcoin. It said minimum amount 0.0005. Okay. So does that mean I could swap it into something else? Let's say ZoidPay. Can I do that? Looks like I can. Okay, so this is only going to work if you've got quite a big account, isn't it? So it ain't going to work with my smaller account at all, is it? Because I won't be able to swap anything into wrapped Bitcoin. Actually, I suppose what you could do is, you could swap all the little bits into a bigger bit, like that ZoidPay there, or anything really, eGold maybe, and then swap that into wrapped Bitcoin. Would that work? Yeah, that should work. Oh no, Yeah, so you need about $15 worth. So that isn't going to work. Okay, so I'll just meta stake the ZoidPay. Okay, there's nothing much else I can do apart from update the energy, so I'll do that. This would be something they could automate as well, isn't it? Or at least give you the option to automate it. Okay, so all we can do now is just compare that with whatever we had. So in fact, this was no change in the league position and an increase of 0.7% in the energy. Okay, so I hope you don't think I sound too negative about all this. I mean, really, xExchange and MultiversX over time, I think, will be okay. I'm just a little disappointed that the X Day announcements so far aren't anything particularly radical. I mean, it's good news about the new xExchange, but all that is kind of down the line. The cards things is good, but obviously it doesn't apply to me because I'm UK based at the moment, so it's only in Europe, so I can't get one of those. ZoidPay aren't there, so as far as I know, so I know they were going to coincide some news with that, but apparently Edward was in meetings yesterday, so he wasn't able to go to X Day. I mean, read into that what you will. I mean, I think he'd have to have a good reason to not be there, and maybe it's the fact that they wanted to try and get stuff out yesterday or even today actually, because it's still on today, but maybe it just couldn't happen. So ZoidPay temporarily, I'm a little bit disappointed with, and you can see that in the price, because ZoidPay is now less than 1 cent. This is pretty much an all-time low. The price of eGold has gone up a little bit over the last day or so that's good. And even the price of MEX is up, 10% since last week, so that's a good thing. So over time, I'm still quite bullish about everything. Short term, I'm a little bit disappointed, and I was kind of hoping for a little bit more from X Day, but something might happen today because, as I say, it is Saturday and it is finishing today, so maybe there will be some sort of amazing sort of news towards the end of the day. I will keep you posted. The best way to know about that is to be subscribed and have the notifications set on all. While you're down there, please give the video a like and leave a nice comment, and above all, tell your friends.